Courtney is the, what would you call yourself? What do they call that?
Oh,
Carly.
Here we are.
I'm sorry.
We are
My friend
assholes. It's because we
Courtney's-
work with so many women. I'm like,
I know. Names are so hard for me.
Me too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Barely. I just like, hi, darling.
You're like, hey, girl.
I just need to look at my books and look
You
at the
just
name
have
again.
to say their name 3 times.
I've
that
tried
what it
that.
is? You
If
have?
their name was like Antonella, I'd remember that in a second.
it's
But it's like
Italian.
Linda.
Jennifer.
You know what I mean? Jennifer.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Rachel. But you know, if it has like an A at the end,
Yes.
like everybody
That's
remembers
'cause it's
Giacomo. Like,
Ariana.
I don't know,
Giacomo,
it's so
yeah.
weird, right?
Jack.
Because it's like Giacomo. It's like a little song, right?
Yeah.
Antonella or Claudia.
So you have to like make a song out of people's
Yeah.
names.
It's like kind of
I
a
feel like your
passionate-
clients would be so upset if you like don't remember their name.
Well, you know, my
Honestly, I don't
difficulties
think
is
they-
I go out and then I go into like this weird
they
shock
care?
because I'm like,
No.
I cannot remember their name. And so I tell everybody with me, as soon as someone comes up to me, just introduce yourself real quick.
I do that too.
And so you help me out because I hear their name. So this product, I have toning in it. Have you seen?
Love it.
Like a colorist.
It's purple.
Slightly.
I did notice that this was purple.
Slightly.
What
I
did you make
did.
the
I made
purple
like
with?
60 different versions of this tone.
Did you?
And I drove my
Yeah.
manufacturer nuts. He
believe it.
screamed at me at the end.
What did
I
you
was
make
like,
the
I
purple
am
with?
the professional.
Yeah.
And if
Don't
it's not
question.
perfect,
Uh-oh.
if it's
Don't
not
question
perfect,
me.
then make it right. I don't want to turn anyone's hair purple. I just want to take away
Just
a little bit of
kiss.
brass.
Just a kiss.
You know what's
Just a
funny is
kiss
the guy I
kiss.
was talking about, my mentor. He used to put in his spray bottles. He would put a tiny bit of purple Kool-Aid. Back in the day.
That's what it is.
Oh, I
in a
put
sense.
violet in my spray bottles.
Do you?
I do.
What
I
kind
put
of violet?
My
Like a-
910B.
like a regular-
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've custom made their shampoos for them.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, my first line that I had in Austin was all custom made per client.
So what's purple that's in here?
But I like color.
Open it up.
I like it. in
Just
a
take a
but what do
conditioner.
you use?
It's a basically it's a pigment.
It's a
Yeah,
pigment.
just
Okay,
pure
yeah.
pigment.
I didn't know if you muddled lavender flowers. 'cause
That
that
would be
wouldn't
cool.
shock me with you.
Well, I would have thought about that maybe the
Yeah,
next
you
one.
didn't think of that?
Oh,
Coming.
can you?
Well,
can-
I would use blue
Made
chamomile.
with love,
I would use
Rachel
blue.
muddled
I would,
lavender.
Rachel, that'll
Rachel's
be my,
lavender.
Oh, I got it.
Rachel's lavender.
But you know
yeah.
what works beautifully is chamomile, blue chamomile.
Yes.
Oh,
I've
okay.
used that for years in my
It's
oil.
so much
Okay.
pigment.
Just a little
I
blue
didn't
chamomile
realize that it
essential
was
oil in.
that much pigment.
Because I always make oil treatments. I have definitely had, I don't know, somebody was asking me the other day, I think
Someone tried to argue
14,
with me the other
15
day
different-
about how bad
He's
oil
fine.
was for the hair.
that's
wait,
not
no.
an argument to say if your hair scalp produces oil, then why is it not good for you?
Well, they're saying
Yeah.
that.
If you're stripping it out and your hair is dry
Yeah.
and then you're filling it with a fabric softener
Right.
that's filled with a bunch of crap and it just detangles it,
Yeah.
then
Their-
what are
their
you doing to your
argument was the hot
And then they're like,
tools.
oh, it'll flatten my hair. But it creates elasticity.
Yes.
Okay.
And elasticity is what you want for thicker, fuller hair.
Yeah.
So you want it to have
Youth.
stretch.
Young.
If it's just hard, it has no volume. You're just calling puffy frizz fuller, but you get fuller by elasticity. That's why the oil, even, I mean, I tell my clients, like, how long? I'm like, 5 minutes. Throw it in your hair, then shampoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't take too long. You want to do an hour treatment? Excellent. I do mine
Yeah.
for my beautiful afro,
Overnight.
24 hours.
Overnight.
I have to. That's how I detangle this nightmare.
What kind of oil did you say? That your
one,
oil.
That one. I make everything kind of for myself.
Where can people buy this stuff?
Online, giacomoforbes.com. I was on Amazon, but I took everything off recently.
Dude, Amazon's
Even
where
your
products
book?
go to die.
No, the book is on there
The book's
because
on
they can't copy
Amazon?
my book.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
But I was trying to get
Wait,
nervous.
why
I
do
was
you
getting
think that products go to die on Amazon?
Because Amazon's trying to create an environment of commodities
Yes.
where like lowest price. They're trying to basically get
true.
and they'll steal your idea and make it
The
cheaper.
Chinese basically are on Amazon like researching what are the top selling products and then they basically rip them off. And it happened to me because I used to be in the exercise mat business for 15 years.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and basically, Amazon's trying to create an environment where consumers can get the cheapest price for commodities.
Yeah,
they're
Milbon's not on there. People will be like, I'll just get it on Amazon, but it's like a private.
No, Milbon's not, nor is Beauvoir
Right.
for that reason.
Okay.
Because that's where brands go to die,
Oh, yeah.
right? And basically, Amazon Basics is seeing which products are selling the best.
Yeah.
And like for example, like these are Amazon Basics.
Yeah. Just like ripping them off.
Right? Like
Right.
it's just anything that's selling well that's a commodity. Amazon Basics has more buying power, then they've got more distribution than
Yeah.
any particular brand would have.
Instant gratification. if it's easy to
So-
get you, if you've got Prime, it's going to be a day.
Amazon's badass. Like we buy stuff on Amazon all the time. Like
Yeah,
pretty much
it
all this
comes the
podcast
same-
equipment came on
Came from
Amazon.
Amazon,
the
yeah.
same
But in-
day.
Yeah.
He
But
gave the
like
same
all
day.
the best products aren't sold on Amazon,
Right.
For a good reason.
Yeah.
Right.
And because I used to be very big into Amazon, and when it came to starting Beauvoir, it was like, okay, we're not going to be on Amazon at all
Thank God.
because Amazon's where products,
Well,
where
the-
brands go to die.
The hairdressers don't want that. The professionals
We
do not
really
want that.
don't want that.
We don't.
And for stylists, they want something exclusive. That's
Exclusivity.
not available on Amazon. That
Absolutely.
their customers can't buy. They're, like, if a customer could go on Amazon and buy really good hair extensions, how much money would that take out of a stylist's pocket?
Exactly.
A lot.
That
Yeah.
would be bad for a stylist business.
Well, and I think some clients, guests, want the exclusivity. Like they like that they can't find Beauvoir anywhere else, and no one else has been like, "Oh, I have that too." Like it's exclusive right now.
Right?
Really.
Well, what creates value, right? Like scarcity.
Yes.
Creates value.
Yes. It
Yeah.
does.
And also authenticity and integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Like for GF products, for example, like if L'Oreal, I mean, I don't want to talk bad about any brand. If let's say a major brand owned a product line, like what's their main objective? How much money? What kind of dividends are our shareholders going to get?
For sure.
That's their main objective, not like, hey, what's the very best product that we can make?
Yeah.
Right?
That's the
It's like,
weirdest
hey,
part about the
How
industry.
can we kick
It
back
is.
to our shareholders who have invested in this?
Well,
It
and
becomes a money thing.
This is why you
And
privately own.
It's not about like who's making the very best products, which is happening in the hair extension game too.
You're doing it.
Well, I mean, we're privately owned. We're
Right.
trying to make the very best product possible, and it's mainly because I'm trying to find purpose.
Well,
in my
and it's
life.
what sets you apart, Bob, because you're
Yeah.
not a hairdresser.
Right.
So
That part.
I can be very vulnerable right now and tell you when it comes to business, my blinders are on. I can't tell you dollars. The money, although it matters, doesn't matter to me, right? It's about the quality. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't care what it costs. You know what I
Quality
mean?
over quantity.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And so finding someone like you,
Quality is not necessarily profitable.
absolutely.
It's actually not profitable.
No, I know,
right? Like,
and-
it takes more energy. It's less scalable. It's more expensive.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not profitable,
But
but
I-
it's great for building a brand.
a brand.
Well, and I think people are way more educated now.
They are.
People are starting to pay a lot more attention.
They are.
And if you're talking to them and sharing your story with the work behind it, they are like, oh, okay. It's not hard anymore.
Well, that's a perfect example with Robin when we were here doing the education, and she was talking about her client wanting to know where the hair came from. And it's always been like, you don't want to know where the hair comes from,
Well,
right?
actually, I do
but
know where
Bob,
the hair comes
that's
from.
what Bob, like, that's a difference. Bob can tell you where the hair came
This
from.
is
Find the
why
name and
I'm
age
with
and
Bob.
Yeah,
everyone.
If this didn't happen, I'm guaranteeing you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now.
No,
It
I
would have
mean,
been a different change.
It's a whole game changer. It really is.
And this is what made me rethink about the product line. To be, Beauvoir extension approved, that it works for
Beauvoir
extension.
hair,
Yeah,
yes.
because
Yeah.
it's the best quality hair. And we want to treat the best hair, you want it to look the best for the longest.
Yes.
I take out my extensions and I turn them into clip-ons for them later. So they don't have to wash them anymore, right? But you can
Yes.
get 6 months or a year. You can get 2 years if you really do it right.
Absolutely.
But I do love the Genius Weft because I like the flat.
The Genius Weft is a dream.
It's the best.
I
Like the virgin hair and all the right
You
colors.
can't even feel it. It doesn't even feel like you have hair in. You're paying
Yeah.
You're
for
not
a
paying for
look.
my time. You're not paying for like
That's a great
number of
way.
rows.
Mhm.
And
You
no
know,
matter-
and it's so hard to undo that because so many stylists around here are like, you need 2 rows, and then they get caught on that number, and then I'm having to uneducate them. No, it's not that you need 2 rows. You need maybe 2 very thin rows and some K-tips or whatever. But the client has gotten in their mind that they need those 2 rows.
Well,
Clients
and
like this forget
Well,
about,
I
like,
love
trying to
doing
do it
Social media.
themselves.
Thank
4
you.
on the back
Yes.
because I love splitting them and doing 2, 2. 'Cause
Yep.
There are a lot of girls that like to put their hair in braids.
Yes,
Well,
Right?
yes, you can have a
Also-
middle part.
Also, when
yeah.
they sleep, when they have the 2, I mean, the 1 is great depending on their hair, what they like to do. You can still put it in a lower braid, you can still hide it, but I mean, people don't get the amount of work and the thought process of
Yeah.
where you're putting it.
yeah.
And how to read. So do you guys do the lift in between? Do they come in to have their hair put up more, or
I
do you
not.
I
take
take 'em
out?
all
I
out.
take them all out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I think
because
that's
he
the
breaks
best.
their hair.
The lift is extremely profitable,
Yeah, but
Because-
at
But
what
it's
cost?
just-
destructive,
but it's bad for the hair.
and
Yeah.
then they're gonna yell at you.
It
Yes, and then it's your
It can
fault.
be bad for
It
the
can be
hair.
bad for the hair.
Not all hair types are built the same. So some people's hair can support a lift, maybe
Yeah.
one or two in between, but
Couple
not everyone's
Latin
hair.
thick hair,
I was
Native
gonna
American.
say, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be your Latin or
And depending on the
Indian.
beads,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
And the
depending on the
beads.
tension, there's so many things that.
That's
play
the other
a part.
thing I was watching a lot. The amount of pressure they were putting on the beads.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And I almost
yes.
thought it was too much. I
It
just do
is.
one and then a little, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It depends on the hair.
I saw like bump,
And the
bump,
side,
bump,
the
bump, but
beads.
like
the
on, yeah.
silicone's out of the sides. On
Yeah,
it.
on the
yeah.
side, but
Pushing
you're
out, yeah.
putting on, it's like something
Well, and
conscious.
then it creates like a waterfall,
Right.
and that's when you know, okay, well, there's too much tension, so
Right.
That's gonna
that should
break.
come out and be reset. You know.
Well, and then the pain. That's my nightmare.
Yeah.
So I have people that come in to see me for color. I don't
Mm-hmm.
do their extensions. I just do their color because I can match all the extension color. You know what I mean? But my difficulty is they're in such pain, especially on their temples,
Yeah.
right? And you can barely touch them. And I'm like, why are you suffering so much?
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
Don't suffer so hard.
It's
but
not
they're
supposed
so
to
used to
hurt.
it.
It's not supposed to
It's
hurt.
not supposed to hurt.
Yeah.
But they
Some
do.
people equate like putting it in real snug as like
Yeah, gonna last
last
longer.
longer.
It's more money. Like they think, oh, I'll get more longevity,
Yeah.
which is more money in their pocket.
Yeah, but
right?
take them out every 6 weeks.
No, and then there's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
be no
Or
hair
5
left
weeks.
when you come back
And
to do
nothing.
it again. It'll be gone.
Right. I see it a
a
lot.
lot of hair gets like falls out, and this is what Giacomo said in his live last week is that like yes, hair falls out.
Yeah,
but
you
not
shed.
that much hair.
No.
Right? Like if it's a lot of hair, it's because the hair's broken.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Like either it's pulled too hard and the follicle pulled out of the hair. And then
That
what,
nightmare.
Right? Like that hair, is that hair growing back?
You
I
don't know.
see a
You don't
lot
know.
of
It's
people
trauma.
like lose mobility, right? They put the bead in and there's tension on the bottom and not tension on the top. And it's like, you've lost mobility. That
Big time.
person goes and throws their hair up, wash their face.
Oh.
Everything that's on the bottom of that
Is
bead,
being ripped out.
Ripped out.
Yeah.
You're
And
dragging
it's like,
it.
you can't, it's so hard. Like, again, educating clients to forget the tighter is the better.
You know,
Right.
that would be
That's
a
a big
really
one right
good-
now
that's
for
a
me.
Big, yeah.
But I asked for every bead. How's that feel?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Even
Does it
my
feel too
even
tight? If
if
my
it feels anything,
tape
I
in
change
clients. Like I have one that she's like, "Oop, I can feel a hair." You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Even with the tape in, you know.
it.
What I
I
mean? I'm
was
like,
doing a
let me make
lot
sure.
of tape-ins for a while.
I
Me
don't
too.
do them anymore.
But boy, did I see, I don't know, it's a really tough one for me. Because, like, number one, they're pretty hard to remove, right?
They're very hard to remove.
and they're hard to not really
And they're
pull. I mean, they're very visible and they feel like something. When I get people need them, and there's cool ones, and you can hide them pretty well. But when
You
that
get
wind blows, you see
traction
them a bit. I wish there was like a better
depending on-
version of a tape
Your
in.
tape-ins are just basically like a little bit more permanent than a clip-ins.
clip in.
It's like for
Oh,
a
you
wedding
think?
or something.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
temp-
You
more
need hair for,
temporary.
like, a weekend, here's
Yeah,
some tape-ins.
tape in. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
If you're gonna wear extensions, don't wear tape-ins.
I
No.
had a
Yeah.
client this week who had been a tape-in client. She came to me from another stylist for probably 6 years. Very fine hair. You know, she started with just 4 pieces, you know, and then got more. We started adding pops of color, you know, all the things. And, you know, she started seeing me with fusion clients, and she's like, well, what is that? You know, and I was telling her it's just a different method, and this is the benefits, this is the pros and the cons. And so she's like, I want to change to those. And I was like, okay, great, right? I started doing fusion on her in January. We just did a second set on her, what is it, we are July.
So it lasted.
And I took the before and after pictures, and the amount of hair that she has that has grown in on the sides from previous tape-ins is unbelievable.
Yeah.
She was like, why is my hair growing with these? And I was like, it's just a
Because
better-
they're not.
It's a better product.
ripping out your
Killing
hair.
your hair.
I know. I mean, it was really great. Those before and after pictures are amazing, especially for people with very thin, fine hair that don't
yeah.
realize, you know, how thin and fine their hair is. You know, and she was like, "Wow!" Like we blow dried her hair before we put them in, and she was like, "Is this isn't all my hair?" And I said, "It is. I'm gonna show you your before picture in January. Like your hair's grown and it's shiny and it's healthy and this. I mean, like." It's amazing, you know, the difference from the 2 methods, how much healthier her hair is now.
I mean, and look how we have changed our industry in a very short amount of time.
Very
You
short
know,
amount
very
of time.
short. I mean, it's
Yeah.
interesting, right?
It is.
I love watching it. You
Yeah.
know, I
Oh,
love
it is.
having that variation, to be able to do so many different things and so many
Yes.
different ways of doing it, and finding quality for people is fascinating. And the clients are becoming so much more educated.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be real
No,
careful.
thank you,
Real careful.
TikTok, but
Yeah,
no,
no, thank you,
you.
TikTok.
We're actually in the process of creating an animation that explains the difference between Remy Cuticle and single donor virgin.
Okay.
Ooh, I love that.
Because there's a machine at the factory, right? And with Remy Cuticle hair, the hair literally arrives at the factory in garbage bags on a pallet. So you have a pallet with 4 garbage bags hair, and we have no idea the age and health of the donors or how the hair was acquired, anything. It's just
That's
hair,
wild.
right?
It
So
is
then these
wild.
workers grab handfuls of hair, and they feed it through a planing machine that presses the cuticles into a line, right? And that's like, I equate it to making hot dogs. It's like as if someone's like shoveling random protein into this machine, and it's like put into a tube, and then we're coming out with this uniform. That's what Remy Cuticle hair is.
Oh my gosh.
Whereas the single donor hair, we braid it on, like, first of all, it's the top 10% healthiest people, and we braid the hair, and then we cut the braids off, and we tag the braids, so we know who it came from, and
Yeah.
then it goes in a Ziploc, and it gets categorized in a bin, like super organized.
Yeah.
And it arrives at the factory, and we know exactly the direction of the cuticles, who it came from, and everything, right? So we're creating an animation because that's to explain
No one
that to
has
someone,
done that.
nobody knows
No.
how Remy Cuticle hair is made.
People
so we have
don't
to
even-
contextualize it, and it's just like it's not. It's like a 5-minute explanation.
People don't
Right.
even barely understand what a cuticle is.
They
Yeah.
don't.
They don't even
don't.
know what your hair looks
They
like.
don't.
You know?
So you can see my microscope over there.
Yeah, that's what
So
you
that
got to
hooks
show.
up
I was
to my
wondering
com-
what-
that hooks up to my computer, and I'm actually last week I tried to make, or a couple days ago I tried to make a video showing like Remy Cuticle hair versus single donor virgin.
That's
And
cool.
under the microscope, you can see
Absolutely.
Yeah.
like the Remy Cuticle hair looks like a bruised banana.
Yes.
It's
Interesting.
got bruising. It's got like ridges.
Ridges
It's
and-
got like all these like little weird things sticking out of it. Like it looks damaged. Whereas the single donor virgin hair looks like spaghetti. It's just like
One
Smooth,
solid,
Just
solid
one solid-
tube.
as it should look.
It's
yeah.
amazing.
So the benefit of that is that like the hair is been unmolested. So there's just like a lot more.
Yeah.
You can molest it. Basically,
Yeah, well, and
which
this is
it
why
Yeah.
I love coloring my extensions. Tomorrow I change something I want to do, and I want to go and hit it. You cannot hit it in all these extension lines.
No, and
So
you want to
one
make
thing I
sure.
loved about his line, because that lady that we first met on,
What's that? Lily?
Marsha, I went in and banged out all her
Is she
color
still
on the
wearing the same
extensions.
extensions?
Yeah, but I'm coloring them, all the time. I like put in reverse. I add in some more highlights. I like whatever we're feeling like. That's the
The
difference.
transformation, I'm sure her husband was like, whoa.
Oh yeah,
Because she went from looking like, she was a pretty girl, but like she left there
looking
hot.
smoking hot. Yeah, for
Hair
sure.
will do that.
Big
Yeah.
time.
I was like, damn. Like,
Well, you start feeling better. That's the gift I love.
It
It's like
is.
they got like a lot of. I tell everybody use this mantra every day when you wake up. Look in the mirror and be like,
I
everyone
am
loves me and I
beautiful.
love everyone.
Yeah.
I am beautiful and everyone loves me and I love
No, but
everyone.
that lady,
But
she
you know what I
had a
mean? These are the
serious
mantras you get when you have this hair. You're like, I am looking really good and everyone really loves me. You know
My
what I mean?
daughter's an athlete, and they do this neurofuel, and it's like before
Positive
practice,
affirmation,
yeah, and,
constant.
And it's one of them was like, go in the mirror and say, I'm an amazing athlete, like I'm a good teammate, like all the. And she's giggling, she's 14, and I'm like, do you know how powerful that is for you to learn that right now? As a
So
14-year-old girl,
I
like,
do it
keep it
ev-
up. I am beautiful. I
I
am
do it
kind.
every
And she's just like, Mom, you sound so crazy. And I was like, it's
It's
amazing.
I have it on the background and all my kids listen to it without even knowing it.
It's just, yeah.
And it's
in the
just
back.
there for them to hear themselves
goes
just
in.
rotate because how we see ourselves or how we feel about ourselves is how people see us. We're not
Yes.
really sure what they see. Sure, you can be really pretty and all this stuff, right?
For
Well,
sure.
you get a
But if you're
client that's
ugly-
like super gorge or some person with all this bad energy, like you know it right away. But with the positive affirmations, it's like this really beautiful gift. Like in Italy, everybody's like, my mother grew up with this beautiful American word. She didn't speak any English, but the one thing she got was guardo, I'm a gorgeous thing. You know what I mean? Like she just lived off of this word. And everybody thought, she is gorgeous. But she owned it in that way. It's fine to be, it's not ego, it's not vanity. It's
Have
just
you ever met a
commitment.
woman and you're like, wow, like she's pretty, and then you talk to her and she's confident, and she's got like this aura about her, and you're like, damn, she's hot.
Yeah.
And it's confidence,
confidence.
It is.
and like think about how confident you are with your hair, right? If I don't have my extensions in, I'm like, ugh, I look like a plucked chicken, or like
Yeah.
these things come into my mind. I'm
Yeah.
not necessarily saying them out loud. But like
No,
you
you're
without a
right.
topper, like do you
Yes.
feel like you can't go out of the house?
No, I
Or-
can't. Like, I mean, and it's like even to my workout, you know, like if I don't have my fusion and I'm like going in with my peanut ponytail, you know, I'm like, oh, well, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm doing something for myself. Nobody cares, right? But
Right.
I have to like really muster it up.
Talk to yourself
Don't
into
look
it.
in the mirror. Don't look in the mirror. You're beautiful.
baby.
Yeah, you have to.
My husband,
I also
and he
do a
thinks
lot of
I'm
hair
beautiful.
growth like that.
Yeah, he thinks I'm
So
beautiful.
my
no
hair
matter
is
what.
growing. My hair is thickening every day, and I tell my hair it's thickening and growing
You're
every day.
telling it that?
Every day because I'm telling
You
myself
are
what to
a tree
treat.
hugger.
It
He
is
is a
working.
tree
dude.
hugger. I
do.
I know.
Your hair is
Damn
huge.
Your hair is
I
amazing.
know.
No, but
Hi,
my husband tells me,
baby.
he was like, you walk in that bathroom and in 5 minutes you walk out a completely different woman.
Person.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I don't understand
honey.
it. He was like, but
I mean,
whatever,
it's-
you
I'm
know.
not complaining.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Keep doing what you're
Yes.
doing.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of people here compliment you when you feel good. And they
sure.
also come up to you when you're not feeling good and they're like, what's wrong? You look so tired. You know what I mean? Like they're going to slam you, make you feel worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, that affirmation every day, I get my clients to feel like that at the end of the appointment. That's the goal, right? Like you are so
Love theirselves.
beautiful.
Yeah,
You know what I
love
mean? And
theirself.
use these ideas. I work for a lot of royalty around the world. I've done a lot of, I mean, from Prince Charles and all these other characters on this planet.
You cut Prince Charles' hair?
No, I just work for their
Again.
I know. Dang
they're
it.
women. So I get invited to their dinners. I've hung out with quite a bit. It's always weird. The hairdresser's always there. And one of my friend's fathers, he's like one of the most powerful men on earth. And he said to a bunch of people at this big event while he was out there with, you know, Prince Charles, the Sultan of Brunei, all these people. It was just like this amazing thing. He was talking about me because I do men's hair, but it's personal. You know what I mean? They hire me to be with them personally. Plus, I'm a beautiful masseuse. But their father's bald. He has hair on the side. I cut his
amazing.
hair, this whole thing. And he says, if you ever want to get to know someone very important, our culture, if you want to get close to the king, ask his hairdresser. And I was like, fascinating, right?
That is
Yeah.
fascinating.
Like you're always the closest to these people. And I realized like that gift, you know, for all of us and all our clients.
Well, literally, dude, you're the closest. And if you wanted to assassinate somebody,
I
you could like
Literally.
could never, I could never
God.
kill
You're
anybody.
right up
I
in their grill.
So true.
could
That's so
never.
true.
Like, son-
You know, the greatest thing about becoming a martial artist, because when I moved to America, everybody wanted to kill me. I was a redhead. I dressed wild. I was definitely the first club kid in America in the 80s. I was just wild. But I was, you know, hairdresser. And people fought me every day, beat me up. I didn't know how to fight. Really, we don't fight. I never fought in my life. And I was like, these people are murdering me all the time. The idea, learning something and being good at it, all of a sudden nobody bothers you because your confidence is up. It's like the idea of having beautiful hair. All of a sudden everybody's complimenting you and your confidence up. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like the more you train and being a beautiful hairdresser, the more you can educate people and they can't judge you
Yeah.
because you have all the knowledge, right?
Right.
Especially with hair extensions. We're
Yes.
probably at a level when we're doing hair extensions 3-4 times upper than a regular hairdresser just doing hair or color. Because we're having
Agreed.
a lot of different concepts going on,
Agreed.
right? Color matching, understanding the texture, where we're putting it, this and that. So every level goes up, you know, and your confidence goes up, and you become better and better and better. And that's the idea, like the best of the best with love in your heart, and like, and helping people, you know, feel more comfortable. Like these toppers, I love this topper. I'm looking at it a lot. It looks so good on you.
Thank you.
Really
I mean,
looks-
you can't see.
I didn't
have
even know.
mastered-
I didn't
I will
know.
say it took me a while to notice,
I've
which is good
mastered it.
for a
I mean,
stylist.
like it is a mastery, I will say, because they don't come out of the box looking good on
No,
you.
no,
they
their
don't.
work for sure.
Their work, and I usually actually have fusion underneath. I have them out right now, so it's usually
And the fusion you're talking about is the glue into the hair.
Yeah, I was going to ask. What do you mean?
the
K-tip?
K-tips.
Yeah,
K-tips.
K-tips.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm old school.
Yeah,
K-tips,
K-tips. Yeah.
I usually wear like a good pack or two.
Have you guys seen the new stuff where they're like fusing the hair together
The
with the
V-light?
blue
V-light.
lights?
Yeah, the
Yes,
V-light.
Yes.
Kind of want to try it.
I did.
Okay, so I just bought the glue, and I was like,
Excuse
I'm
me,
going to
everybody.
try it. I think we talked about
I
this.
did.
I'm-
I went ahead and took the course and got the kit and
Which
everything.
one did you do?
It's pretty cool. The V-light.
They did the
Mhm,
V-light.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is it unique to certain types of hair?
It's unique because you really can fill in those areas where I have a couple clients that have like alopecia right here,
Oh, yeah.
and it hurts.
Hurts.
And like even like doing the smallest fusion, like they're like, Jennifer, take it out, I can't. Like they'll
Yeah,
wear it for a
the
day and like,
suffering.
take it out, yeah. And so I have one right now that's real sensitive, and I've got the V light in the front for her. She does full head of fusion right now, but we have the V lights just in the front, and she hasn't called and told me
Great.
Anything.
they hurt.
What's the
So-
price point on that? You know, like people are like, I'm like, I want to try V-Light.
So this is interesting, actually, that you're bringing this up because I have been pricing my hair. You know, you buy the hair and then you pay for my time, right?
Right.
V-Light recommends charging by the bundle with installation.
Interesting.
So a bundle, you get like 10 pieces, which is like 10 grams of hair per piece.
Okay.
They recommend charging $700 a bundle
Shit.
For 10 grams of hair?
for 10 pieces, which is like, so what is that? 100 grams of hair.
100 grams.
It looks like a
But what are you
K-tip pack.
charging the client though? Like, because
no,
isn't it
seven-
sheds like?
$700 per bundle.
But what's the shed time on that?
They don't shed necessarily.
Okay.
Like you go in and have them removed.
Okay.
They can shed like eyelash extensions.
That's what I was
would,
under the
But
impression
they're not
of.
meant to just shed. Like you're meant
Okay.
to be coming
How do you
in every
remove
6
those?
weeks and remove
Yeah,
them.
how do you
There is
remove-
a solution just like with the K-tips and a
Okay.
tool that you
Like
use.
just like a alcohol-based solution.
It's acetone
Yeah,
base.
yes.
Something.
But so I've considered pricing all of my hair extensions that way by
Huh.
the bundle with installation included.
I mean, that's how Great Lengths taught us is to do it by the bundle. And then they
Yeah.
did evolve. That was like 20 years ago. And now it's like Great Lengths is like 700 a bundle as well. When I
Yes.
started, it was like 300 a bundle.
Right,
It was
right.
very small. And they had the market of like, you know, the keratin was
Yes.
patented or whatever.
That's who I originally, Cinderella hair actually is where
I
got my
remember,
first
yeah,
education. was
yep.
Cinderella
I
hair.
did Cinderella for a minute, and then I went from there to
Yes,
Great
the Great
Lengths.
Lengths.
Yeah,
But the V-Light's cool. I think it's a hybrid situation.
Hybrid for
I don't
special
think that
needs.
it's full hair
Yeah.
extension situation.
Because it's very little hair you're getting in there.
Absolutely.
It
Right.
serves its purpose.
It serves its purpose.
specific
As a
purpose that
add-on.
with everything else.
Correct.
So as
correct.
a hair manufacturer, or like you, Bob, does that mean that you sell it off of the weft?
I just cut the K-tip off.
Yeah, that's what I
can
was
just
saying,
sell
but
raw hair.
that's what I was thinking.
I
yeah.
mean, V-Light says only use our hair.
Of
Hair's
course
hair.
they do.
Hair's
I
hair,
practice. I used what I had in stock, and
That's what I
used
would
it-
cut it off,
Yes,
yeah.
just cut it off.
You know, we could sell hair, but actually Rachel made a good point a couple weeks ago when she was here about like selling the Genius Reps by the weft,
I
Yes.
really want you to do that.
which we're gonna do.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty good idea,
Okay.
So that
actually.
you can buy.
Instead of a bundle,
Yeah.
So instead of 2 wefts in a pack, you can buy
just
them by the
one weft. Uh-huh.
And if you buy 2 packs in a weft, then you save a little bit of money,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then you can buy like a
Couple different colors.
Well, yeah, like with
rooted, a blonde.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Well, and I
mix and
think that's
match.
the great, the
Right, it
color.
is.
it's a color thing for
It
me.
is
color
a
thing
color
for
thing.
you,
I
right?
agree.
Like I have what I'm gonna buy from you today, for example. I've got a lady. She's like gold strawberry blonde K-tips, right? And then I'm thinking, you know, I would love to do some V-Light on her, like kind of use her as my guinea pig. And then I have 2 blondes. One wants 18-inch, one wants 20. But I kind of want to buy all 20 so I can mix all the colors.
sure.
Yeah.
For
Because
sure.
they're almost these 2 ladies are almost the
Similar
same color. But that's how my blondes look so natural, is that I'm using so many different
Multiple
colors, which is
colors.
why sometimes I'm like, I need to be able to buy it by the weft.
That white
'cause
truffle is amazing.
It is,
I
it is,
love
yeah.
the white truffle.
Yeah,
My
but I-
favorite blonde.
Yeah, you know the sweet blonde.
I
which
like
we-
the sweet blonde.
It's a good color. It's cool. It's very hard to make.
Can we sit down and
Why is
do
it hard to
some ashier lowlights?
I'm on that mission
Thank
right
you.
now.
Can we
I'm
do
doing
it?
a new one
Whatever you
that's
guys
an
want.
ashier.
I will do it for
Let me
free.
know
I just
what
want to
you
be
want, 'cause
here
we're in
and
the
get
business
I'm
those
doing
blondes.
one now that's basically a level 7.
Okay, that's it.
non-ammonia based color, right? But the texture, right? But it's a brown ash.
Did I give you?
I need more like
Yeah, I
an
have the
8,
hair
like
for it.
like an 8-9 is really where
Yeah,
I'm
it turns
at.
out to an
Yeah.
8-9.
Okay, that's
because
what I
it's,
need.
You're doing
it's
it over
hollow,
flat.
right? When you're
Listen, guys,
Right.
you're putting it on the blonde
For
hair,
the
it's
record.
hollow, so you add in one level up. Whatever's a 7 will be an 8.
Yes.
True.
Whatever's an 8 will be a 9.
For the
Yes.
record, whatever you want that is not available, just tell me.
Okay.
And we will make it available. It's
I would
not
love
hard to
that.
do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was the one who
And-
asked for the toppers, by the way.
I
I
don't,
was wondering.
I don't want to be one of those brands. It's like, here's what you get.
What's that?
Thank you.
I want to
Oh,
be like,
okay.
what do you guys want?
Right.
Oh,
Let's make that. So, because I don't want to guess. I'm not a stylist, right? So tell
Yeah.
me what's missing and what you guys want, and we'll make that.
Yeah.
That's what we want to provide.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, maybe we only have 30 colors, but they're what everyone wants, and they're on trend.
Yeah.
And whatever,
Well,
right?
yeah.
So-
when I first
Yeah.
met Bob and I was like, "Can you do this?" He was like, "Yeah, I can do it, but I'm going to do it way better." And I was like, "Okay."
You're like, "Thank
You know what I
you."
mean? Well,
Yeah.
no, I was just kind of
Yeah.
like, "Okay." I mean, like,
Like, yeah,
do-
right, kind of, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was telling him my problems with what I was using before, and he was like, "It's because of X, Y, and Z, and we don't do this. This is what we do." And I was like, "All right, do it," you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, and he did.
There is a huge
Like-
market for toppers, like you're talking about, that don't fucking tangle.
Yes,
Have you every like big? Yes, big.
they didn't
mainstream.
used to though. The company that I used
changed?
before did not
Who
use
did you
to.
use?
Um,
Cover the mic.
I don't-
Madison.
I don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
I just
a company that got bought by a bigger company
Yes.
and doesn't
Interesting.
give a shit about quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
because I've been using them, that was my original topper. I've been using it. I've been wearing it for 12 years, and then it was like 4 years ago. All of a sudden, it's trash.
You walk outside and you have a rat's nest
Yeah,
in the
it's
back,
like it's bunching,
Yep.
and it's like the hair is like,
and it breaks
inching.
your hair.
Yes. And I was like, what's going on? And he was like, it's because of this and it's because of that. You know, it's the return hair and it's the quality of hair. And I was like, what are you talking about? You
Yeah.
know? And he did it. Like, it's amazing. Like, I haven't washed this in 2 months.
Really?
No.
I literally can't tell
Okay.
you wearing it.
You, I've not shampooed it in 2 months. Just add oil to it every day. Brush it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's what
amazing.
we live on.
Yes.
We produce it naturally.
Yeah, yeah. I want to
And the
come up
hair
with a
loves it.
blonde though. That it's not a brown low light.
Did I give you hair
What?
to make it color?
No.
I will.
Thank
said I
you.
will.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'll give you hair and
Okay.
make whatever you want, and we'll get it made.
And you can
we'll-
match it?
We'll
Do
name
it
it after
pink.
Hell
Yeah,
yes.
you see
Yeah.
Garen's?
I did
Garen's
see that. I
toasted-
did. I used
toasted
that. That's
blonde.
actually that TikTok I tagged
It's
you in was
gorgeous.
Garen's
Yeah.
hair.
Garen's color is our top selling color. Like, it used to be our 1cc80 Rooted Platinum.
Yeah, that's
was our
my-
big seller.
that's
but,
my
like,
favorite.
Lately, everyone's like toasted blonde. We're actually like selling out of it in some things.
Oh,
Maybe
Yeah.
more coming, but Garen nailed it.
Well, the
Yeah,
the,
that's
the
amazing.
1cc
I haven't met her yet.
80 with the toasted blonde, money.
Yeah, baby.
Mm.
And have you seen the packaging with Garen's little picture?
Yes,
Badass.
so
Yeah.
good.
That's
She's
awesome.
adorable.
Garen's badass.
She is.
She is amazing. She's a great artist.
She's a humble badass, though.
She's cool. Yeah.
She's
yeah.
cool.
I need to meet this character.
You
Huh?
like
Oh
her.
yeah, she's
She's
great.
awesome.
She's a really good educator,
she
too.
loves to learn from other people. Like, she really
No,
listens to
Garen
you, and she.
is like who she is, like down to her chakras. Am I saying that?
Correct.
She is a
Chakras.
stylist.
Correct.
She
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
She's like, that's who she is.
Yeah.
And so when she gets around other master stylists, they're like, oh, it's like when I get around car guys.
Yeah.
Real car guys, like we're bros
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
Garen is a bro with all other
Connects.
like master stylists, like instantly.
Connects.
Yeah.
Because that's who she is.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
I got my
how
haircut
I-
by Garen and I was like, whoa, like this is a good haircut. Like you just, and she was just like,
Tamed the
Yeah,
Jew,
no, it's-
fro.
We had never even met in person until like a couple of months ago here at the warehouse, but I felt like I already knew her just from
Yeah.
just
everyone follows
social,
her online,
yeah.
And then when they meet her, they're like, I follow
And we
you.
like talked.
I'd never heard of her, y'all,
we
until
messaged back
you.
and forth. You know, we've talked several times about different things and, you know, whatever. And so then I was like, I feel like we're friends. I don't even know
Oh,
you.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Legitimately
Yeah.
super naturally talented.
She is very
Really?
She's
talented.
Yeah.
found her calling in life,
Yeah.
and she's doing it, and she's like very authentically legit.
For real.
I think she's great.
What I love about stylists of like our caliber is like I am not one that wants to be in competition with you. Like teach me
Seriously.
your ways. Like what I do is 1,000% different than what you do or what you do, and
It's
it's
a
like
shared gift.
there's
our
it
enough
gifts.
is, yeah.
business
And
to
it's
go
the
around.
girls that like are like, "Ugh," and I'm like, you're not my people.
No.
You're never gonna be my people.
This is one great thing I love growing up and working in all these beautiful places, even in America, like all the biggest shops. It's constantly because of shared knowledge experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The competition was being better, but it wasn't not sharing the knowledge. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that experience allows you to grow a lot with a lot of people.
It does.
You
There's
know, you have a
not
lot of
one way to
trade.
do it.
There's not
There's
one way.
not. There's
There's
not one way.
better ways for some hair and other ways for this hair.
Right.
But everybody brings a little talent in it.
It is literally art. Like, have you guys
Mm-hmm.
walked into a restaurant or a small business and they've got art on the wall, right? And you're like, oh, that's cool. And you're like, $7,000.
Yes.
I mean, it's art,
Yeah.
right? Who puts a price on art? You
But when I see a
cannot.
hairdresser take 7 hours to do someone's client, I'm like, go shoot him.
No.
Oh, shoot myself.
No.
Like that
I
poor
can't.
client is just sitting
I've
there
seen
Yes.
8
suffering.
people already in 7 hours.
Right?
Same, yeah.
Like, bang that out.
I
Bye.
love people, but I was like,
Hi.
yeah.
It's a long, could
That's
be
a
a
long-
long experience.
Yeah. Even when my fusion came in to remove, re-highlight, and reinstall on the same day, I'm still working somebody else in, you know, during their downtime, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing just 5 hours with one person, you know.
Yeah, no,
I gotta
No.
really like you.
no.
Yeah.
You gotta really be.
I gotta really like you.
I gotta really. That's why I just go super fast.
Super fast.
Super fast.
Super fast.
People are like, "Do you finish already?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And they're like,
I
"Do you
didn't
cut my
see-
hair?" I'm like,
I didn't
"Yeah."
see you cut my hair.
Yeah, they never
There's
say
hair
that.
on the floor.
I know. I hear that all the time.
I do too.
Crazy.
When did you
Like,
cut my
where
hair?
were
Oh,
you?
you were
How much?
you were talking about that restaurant you went to last night, remember?
Yeah. Like your hair look really good. They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay."
Done.
Then you're
Neat, though.
good.
Let's move on. Right.
I'm gonna send you my videos to make me TikToks because I did that. So I did that extension that I tagged you in, and I was like, the video footage is just so much. I'm like, it's such a good video, but I need someone like you to
To
splice
cut
up.
it.
The story is the journey.
It is.
What do you mean?
The journey, because people want to see this like story, right? So there's like the quick clip, there's the thing, then
Yeah, the
there's the
step by step.
story, and the story is what we're showing. We're like making little mini concept movies, and you know the weird thing is some people you don't want to film.
I know.
course.
You know what I
There's people
mean?
that, like,
some
yeah.
people you're they're embarrassed to be
I
filmed.
haven't wanted to film myself. I mean, people have been begging me for years, and I'm like, no, no, no.
No, yeah, I get
Finally
it.
vulnerable enough to be like, I have to share my hair.
Yeah, good.
I have to
Yeah.
share my hair, and it's working. And
it's
then I have
worked.
quality hair to share.
Yeah,
That's huge.
That makes a
That's
big
huge.
difference.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting marketplace we're in right now.
It is.
We're like self-promoters, self-film creators, self-editors,
We're
dropping
spread
in
too thin
music,
is what we are.
trying to figure out what people love,
Yeah.
giving it to them.
People love
Plus, you have
us.
to have the time to do it. Boom.
That's my
on double
problem.
load, right?
I'm editing at 2 a.m. and I'm like, fuck,
Yeah, you're editing and you're doing your
while
stuff.
watching my crime shows.
I'm like, portrait
Okay.
mode's as fancy as you get with
That-
my
yeah,
photos.
yeah. Carly over here is like, burst. What the fuck's a
What's
burst?
a
What's
burst? What do you mean? You just push and hold?
What the fuck's a
But
burst?
why do you want to burst? Like for them to like
So
spin
what
around?
we're gonna do is like it takes 50 photos in 1 second.
Okay.
So you're gonna get every angle and you just pick the best photo.
Okay.
So the hair might be shining in the light 1 second, but you didn't catch that.
That's just such a girl thing.
It
where
is,
you
yeah.
Like they all look the same. It'll be like, no, this
No.
angle. This
yeah.
You're not wrong.
Glad I have to look at every picture, but I love filming.
I feel like that could, yeah.
I really enjoy it, but
you-
I don't film my clients that pay me.
Okay.
You
I keep-
models only?
I only do models, and I pick them, and so I film that.
How
I'll
much
film
would you
all-
charge me to do my hair?
for
But
free?
it's not real.
But you'd
Like,
be the
that's
model.
not real.
That's fine. I need you though. I feel
That's
Yeah.
why I don't
How
want
much would you
models.
charge me to do my hair, bro?
For free. But you would look like a
I'd
movie
have to
star.
tip you like $400.
That's fine.
He's like, I'll take that too.
I'm
That's
just
fine.
gonna take you shopping in Buda. You don't have to do my hair.
That's
I need to
fine
go to,
too.
I
I'm
need
a
to go
good
to
shopper.
Buda. I'm like,
Guys,
what?
you're gonna be
I've
shocked
never
how-
been to Buda.
And I don't use this word very
Cute.
often.
Cute.
Cute. Buda is.
You're
So
like, never,
cute.
never again. Don't.
I mean, my whole house is girls, so like that word gets used.
Oh, yeah.
That's like every
All
second word.
day.
That's cute.
You and I are the opposite. I'm all boys.
That's
Even the
crazy.
dog's a boy.
I thought I was gonna have all boys, and
Not
I'm
with that
so
hair.
grateful I got these girls. My son, because he's in the middle, he's like the most.
Kind-hearted.
Oh, mamma mia,
My
guarda. He
middle
is the
is
most
too. Mm-hmm.
kindest man to women and polite
Oh, he got
because of that
trained.
sweetness, right?
Yes, my middle's the same.
Oh, so
He,
interesting.
the babysitter I walk in, she goes, I have to share this with you. Cooper was like, yeah, I'm handsome. And she's like, oh, that's so cute. And he's like, yeah, it's because my mom makes me handsome.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, like, put that in my back
big
pocket.
time.
It's
I mean,
cute.
it's grateful to be raised by women because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, I mean, I'm a pretty good papa, but I was raised in Italy. I'm different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some American men are definitely different.
I don't
You
think you were
know?
here. He was a single dad of 3.
Oh no, I didn't know
Yeah, I
that.
raised all 3 of my kids.
Oh wow.
Yeah, their mama left
Check
me
that
with
off
babies.
the list. Like, you need a memoir, though.
It gave-
that
Like
when
a
I
It
went
is
to
the
real?
remember God, Hair, and Superstars.
But I
It's
know, but
online.
like, I feel like you need
More.
to continue.
Oh, I have.
Okay.
That's it right now.
This is
That
it. We're
was
doing
it.
it's just podcast now
Hey,
instead
yeah,
of
he's
in
only
like literature.
35.
It's with your voice.
He's
Yeah.
only
Okay.
35. He has.
I
many
know, right?
35 forever.
Yeah.
Constant,
35 forever.
forever and
You're
ever.
definitely the youngest 59-year-old I've ever met.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
no
sure.
kidding.
Me too.
Like it.
You know what I love is like all my friends. I have like a lot of great friends around the world, and their wives are all my friends, and they're always like, "Why does my husband look like this? And how do you start? What's going on with you?" And I'm like, my answer is always olive oil.
Olive oil.
Olive oil. I drink it. I eat it. My neighbor downstairs, Guardo, he 5.5 years. I live like on the park, but I like my windows open. But at nighttime before I go to bed, I grab my big olive oil bottle and I gong, and I
love
drink as
this.
much as I can get in my body, and I go to bed. And one day he's talking to me, and he's like, Giacomo, I just want to ask you, do you feel like you have a problem? And I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, he thought it was liquor.
And he sits down on his porch down below me and looks up because that's the way the angle is. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, I see you every night chug a bottle of wine.
Oh shit.
I see you up there drinking this bottle of wine. I'm like, bottle of wine? I don't even barely drink wine in this country. I don't like
You're
it.
like, it's gross.
I was like, that's olive oil. He's like, what? He's like, dude, you're chugging it. And I'm like, I probably drink a cup of olive oil at night before bed.
Isn't it so crazy too? Because Western medicine tells you to stay away from oil.
Oils.
It's so bad for you.
But the rawness of the good ones.
Well, I
is so
know,
beautiful.
I understand, but like,
Which
it's
is,
just,
yeah.
I know, they
just
keep you away,
sad.
but it's
They
so
keep
good
you
for your
away.
hair.
My Eastern med and my Western med, they fucking fight each other.
Well, and
It's
olive oil
terrible.
makes you not produce fat in your body from the food that you ate that may be
Right.
crappy in your day.
Is
I
that
have
why
perfect
all
food,
Italians
but-
are
gluten and
such good
yeah.
feet? Or
Yeah, we
such
eat a
good
lot of
shape?
good. We eat a lot of olive oil. We're like Mediterranean. We pound it. The women fight for the
It breaks down
oil
the-
in the salad bowl,
the
right?
wheat.
Yeah.
I normally used to bring it home from Italy, but now it's freaking so difficult.
Do you get it from HEB?
No.
Isn't there an olive oil?
not
like,
There's an
Amazon.
olive oil farm here.
Here,
So-
yes.
Oh, it's good.
Is it good?
It's really good because we get a freeze every year. So olive oil, to produce the best, it has to freeze once a year, at least for a week. 4 to 5
Interesting. So we
days
should go there.
minimum. So
Because
what
it
happens
actually
is
tastes
produce
amazing.
We plugged them.
Your husband
produces more
doesn't
olive
like
oil.
driving?
Where we are is on what do you call the latitude?
Yeah.
We're not far from Rome.
The
Rome is
equator?
Washington D. Rome is
Same latitude as us?
Rome is just up a little bit, maybe another 30 miles up, is the exact same latitude.
Wow.
And then if you go north to Lucca, we're on the exact same latitude.
That's awesome.
So that's why we're producing. We have hills,
That's cool.
right?
That's amazing.
And so the wind cruises the hills, hits the olives, and produces the most high quality oil. They need to fight. That's how they live stronger and
The
longer.
fight.
They need to be stressed.
They have to have that stress. That's where you get
Interesting.
good quality olive oil.
Puts the fight or flight in them.
I mean, it's good
The
for your
fight or flight,
skin.
yeah.
It's the same
Good
with
for your hair.
Grapes too, though, right? Like the
Yeah,
grapes
grapes
that grow on
too.
the hill,
We need to
like,
fight.
They get stressed, so they have
Our,
more sugar.
our grapes in Italy, the skin is so thick. Like
get that real
we
crunch.
peel the skin off our grapes before we eat them.
Really?
Wow.
We have, yeah, it's different.
Isn't all of the nutrients within the skin?
So from the skin, we make grappa.
Okay.
That's where we make our grain alcohol, digestive.
I feel like we could talk for hours.
I
know.
know.
Go
It's
down a
amazing.
long
Good chemistry.
giant rabbit
It
hole.
is good chemistry. I
that.
We
agree.
should-
That was a weird thing when I got this farm in Michigan. Like, it was kind of given to me as a gift. 300
Somebody gave
acres.
you a farm as a
Dude,
gift?
what the fuck?
Did you cut their hair?
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, what?
Exactly.
You are, like, out of this world.
Anyways,
Yeah, just-
it was a really beautiful
I'm
gift.
definitely buying your book.
It was really a
I'm
great
gonna go
gift.
order it on
But
Amazon now.
God hair.
they
God,
sell
hair, and
booze at
superstars.
grocery
Superstars.
stores there in
They sell
Michigan.
what at-
Booze at grocery stores.
In
All-
California,
in
they do?
Michigan.
Alcohol.
Same with California.
I didn't know. I don't buy booze.
We were in
but I was
Arizona
kinda-
and they, I was like,
Dude,
what?
what's up with
Yeah.
not being able to buy booze on Sunday here?
That's a
I'm like,
It's weird.
Christian
Like,
thing, I
wow.
think.
It is. It's a Bible Belt thing.
Bible Belt thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get up and go have, you got to go get brunch. That's what it means.
Right?
church right now.
Dude, I go to
gonna
this
shame
place
you.
called
Not at
Church
12
on
o'clock.
Sundays that's brunch and booze, and they have gospel singers,
That's
and
badass.
I love it. It makes me
It's
so
here in
happy.
Austin?
Yeah, here in Austin.
That's cool.
I want to
Really
go.
makes me happy.
That sounds awesome.
And I love these gospel sounds too, There's so many beautiful sounds in America.
Gospel is
Pretty amazing, right? Pretty amazing.
I don't fit in that scene, but I did go to one once, and it was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, but
One
this is
white guy.
these are a bunch of drunk people on tequila, gospel singing from 9 in the morning on, shooting margarita,
Are they
chilled
drinking
shot.
Mexican
They're
coffee?
drinking everything, dude. That's where I got the Mexican coffee from. I didn't get it from
I'm trying
Mexico,
that.
I'm gonna
but I
try
had
me some
Jamaican
Mexican
coffee because when I went to Jamaica, they gave you rum in the coffee.
I don't
you
have
know?
an espresso maker though, so.
Yeah.
See this one right here? It's $100 on Amazon.
Yeah, it looks fancy.
That's
It was
nice.
good.
I wouldn't even know
good,
how to
yeah.
use it.
Yeah, but then you just make your own with the Italian. That's the best espresso.
I like the
I don't
French
know how.
press.
It comes with the thing, you know, the machine, our little
The thing.
man with the handle.
No idea.
You know, you ever seen the
Berlettis or
Italian?
whatever?
Yeah, the Berlettis. I mean, that to me makes the best espresso than these machines.
Did you like the coffee?
Oh, I loved.
You know that coffee that I use is like $3 coffee.
At HEB.
Thank you.
No, it's from Amazon.
One of two. Amazon or HEB.
It's actually from Amazon, but it's super inexpensive. That's funny. And my wife like tracks it to see when it goes on sale,
That's
and then she
awesome.
buys like the 20 pack.
And you know what kills people's hair here is the fucking copper.
Big
And the
time.
chlorine.
And the
There's so much
Well, I
chlorine,
do
yeah.
purification, and the you know the problem is
I
I
do
have
the
it at my
Jolie.
shop, and then they go home and they shower.
The Jolie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, I'm like, I could make commission off selling the Jolie.
Me too. I
Yeah.
wish I'd made commission off everything else.
Can we let's make one.
Well, we have one that we bought on Amazon. Took me forever to install. Finally, that's my wife's love language.
It's all of our love
Here, Bob, put it up there.
Like, doing chores. Like if you want to make your wife happy, do chores.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you want to get laid.
Do chores.
Do chores.
Is that why I get laid all the time? 'Cause I do everything?
Nope. Do the dishes.
I do everything.
My husband will be doing dishes and he's like, "Are you seeing this? Like this isn't going unseen, right?"
Yeah.